Hello and welcome to Bella Healing Therapy. Today we're going to do a pick a card reading about what you need to heal right now. We have a couple different decks that we're working with. We have some astrology cards, we have tarot, we have healing cards, oracle cards. So make sure you stay tuned after your reading because I'm also doing a energy healing. So for each pick a card, you will have a healing after your selection. If you're interested in booking a private reading or a private healing, you can visit my website at www.bellahealingtherapy.com. And you can also find me on Instagram, obviously YouTube, Vimeo, TikTok, all at Bella Healing Therapy. So I give you my love and light, hoping to guide you and find the light in your own life. Just remember that you're the only true divine oracle of your life. So take these messages as they come and do with them what you will. So starting off, we have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. I'm just going to light some sage, kind of cleanse the space. So take your time picking your card selection, taking deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, making sure you're as comfortable as possible, really allowing your inner being to make this decision for you. Now I will see you in your card selection. Hello to everyone that chose group number 1 with the Aquarius. And this is all about knowing. And then we have these 2 spell cards. True love, come to me. True love shall come to me. As I do will, so mote it be. Glamour. Into this mirror, I now see the realms of possibility. So we have a couple more decks that I have just kind of on the sideline because there's no way they're going to fit here on the little layout. So I'm just going to do a couple at a time. So starting here, I think this is all about knowing your worth and knowing how beautiful you really are, and that you're worthy of unconditional love no matter what it is that you've done in the past. Don't hold that against yourself. Allow that to just fall away so that you can come back into confidence and self-love, and just know that everything you've ever gone through has only just been to show you contrast and to teach you things and to really come back to self. Even when you're in the darkest moments and you're feeling the most insecure and you feel really down about yourself, you're confused, you're lost, that's when you have the most growth, and that's when you really step into your power and up level. You know, you go from being consistent and comfortable in one space, and then you hit this kind of rock bottom so that you can shoot back up into an even higher vibration and a higher version of yourself that's more confident, that knows its worth, that knows that love is coming to it. It's not a chaser. It's something that it attracts. And then the glamour and all the possibilities, it's not just about your love life, it's about everything that you want in life. You're just a projection of what it is that you're thinking and what it is that you're believing. So make sure that you are cleansing your mind and your thoughts so that you know without a doubt that you are worthy of this love, you are worthy of this job, you are worthy of whatever it is that you're looking for in life. You really do create your reality by your emotions and how you feel. So the thoughts that you think produce emotions, and that's how you feel, and then that's when things get manifested into reality. You start taking action steps based off of those feelings. So making sure that you're feeling better so that you're taking better action steps to better manifest what it is that you want in life. So I'm going to go ahead and move to the Lovers Oracle cards because it kind of seems fitting. Let's see. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow, you will be surprised where it leads. Surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. Only time will tell. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. So I really feel like this has to do with relationships. Sometimes these love oracle cards can also give messages into other topics, but for some reason I'm really feeling like this is about love. And I was talking earlier about self-love, and sometimes you need that self-love to be able to step into your power, to be able to express your boundaries. So knowing what it is that you want for your life and what it is that makes you happy, the things that make you blissful, those are the things that you want. The stuff that's kind of pulling you down, the relationships that make you feel bad about yourself, the ones who are toxic, the ones that you can actually say, you know what, I have learned my lesson from this relationship. It is time for me to cut the cord and move on. And when you do that, then you're aligned with either that relationship coming back in a much better place where both of you are in better alignment, or you make room for something new to come in. Only time will tell, really. So make sure that you be easy on yourself, but also step into your power, set your boundaries, follow your heart. Make sure that you're looking for the contrast to see the lesson, to see what you learned from it, to see what actions you would have done differently, because in any relationship there's things that each person could have worked on. We let our egos get involved, we let our karmas get involved, we let our, past beliefs and limiting beliefs get in the way. And sometimes we don't see that when we're in the thick of the relationship. It takes stepping back for you to really see and notice that. And then you're like, dang, maybe I should have acted a little bit differently, or I do feel bad for that. So instead of waiting until later and you feel somewhat regretful for not seeing it earlier, allow yourself to look into the mirror right now. See how this person is reflecting something that needs healing within you as well. And once you do that, then you can come in, set your boundaries, set your expectations, not so much expectations, just what it is that you want and what it is that you're trying to align with in your life. And maybe that's just being friends with somebody, or maybe that's connecting more with your friends so that you're able to disconnect from this ex-partner or future ex-partner or temporary partner or future partner, whatever it is. If you feel like your energy is being too much centered and focused towards another person externally, then it's time for you to come inwards. And sometimes it takes moving your environment and shifting into different energies to be able to influence you and to motivate you into being into that powerful self again. So it's not about doing the journey alone, it's about finding the people that are in alignment with you in that moment. So I think we're going to shift over to some other cards now. Okay, Spirit, which one should we use next? Okay, so we have the Archangel Raphael card, which says sobriety. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for adjusting my cravings in healthful directions so that I only desire life-affirming foods and beverages. So during these times when we're going through these energetic shifts and we're going through breakups, we're going through separation, feeling disconnected, not really being in like our full self-love, full power mode yet, we tend to look for other external sources to fill that void. So instead of using that energy and focus onto alcohol, drugs, or anything that you feel is addicting to you, that could be, I don't know, video games, porn, sex with random people, like whatever it is that you feel is your addiction. I don't think this just has to do with food and beverage. I think this also has to do with any kind of addiction, anything that you're feeling super drawn to that is filling that space that you feel is actually kind of toxic or not good for you, then it's time to switch that into something else that's more beneficial. So maybe instead of going to the bar or having that drink when you get home, maybe go for a run, like force yourself to go on a walk, or meditating can be pretty difficult when you're not feeling good, but it does make a big difference. So if you can do that, then great. But really just allowing yourself to enjoy your time, but do it with things that make you happy and they don't make you feel bad later. So next we're going to move on to the Moonology deck. We have Surrender again to the Divine. Your hard work is paying off. New Moon in Capricorn. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full Moon in Cancer. And the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full Moon in Capricorn. So this definitely has to go with the other cards. You have been working on yourself. You've been working on your energy. You're trying to do the healing work. The spirits, your guides, your angels have noticed. And right now, you might be coming out of a dark night of the soul, or you might feel like you're still in it. But allow yourself to know that this is coming to an end soon, and that things are going to be resolved, and that your life is about to get so much better because you're doing the work and you're making those hard steps of disconnecting from things that you don't align with anymore, that served you for a period of time, but they don't serve you anymore. Ways of being, ways of thinking, connections, all of that is coming to an end, and you are going to step into a new version of yourself that's more powerful, more in alignment with love, more in alignment with your goals, your dreams, friendships, connections, soul connections. All of these things are making their way to you now. So receive it. We have some tarot cards here to finish us off. The Five of Staves, Beginnings, Nine of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. Okay, so during this process of letting go, like I said before, make sure that you're coming into that calm, peaceful state of mind before you start coming forward with your boundaries and everything, because you don't want to have petty arguments or things that are going to get you too heated. So make sure that you're staying level-headed, you're taking that time to breathe, to really think about your thoughts, think about your actions, think about how you contributed to the situation, really try and be the bigger person, come from the place of unconditional love again, and allow yourself to detach from these people that are just causing you problems. And then so your new beginning comes, and then you're able to really have success and flourish and have this new beginning after you've left what no longer served you. You've taken your lessons, you've taken what you've learned, but it's time for you to move on into this new shift, into this new version of yourself. So you go from being this girl, one of these girls, to now being these girls, or women, I should say. Like, look at her, she's dancing around. You want to be this woman in a dress, or man dressed up, whatever gender you are. Allow yourself to be in this goddess, God energy, where nothing phases you. You feel good in your skin, you feel good about your decisions, making sure that you're really being grateful for everything that's come into your life, appreciating all the abundance and prosperity that's making its way to you now. And say goodbye with peace, knowing that you did everything you could, you took every avenue, and you have no regrets, and you're happy for the life that you've lived with these people, these energies, and you're even more grateful for the growth that's come with it. Receive it now. Receive the growth. Receive the prosperity. Receive the new beginning. Receive your true love for you and for others, all in unconditional love. Well, this is where I'm going to close out the reading portion. We've already channeled some energy healing through the reading, as you can see from my hand movements. But I'm going to continue with some more light language, hand movements. We'll see if any vocals come through, but that's kind of hit or miss sometimes. But either way, you get whatever you needed. And I hope you receive it, and thank you so much for being here and supporting me in this channel and being a part of the energetic exchange. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, connect your energy with me so that I can get more in tune with who it is that I'm reading for, and show me some love so that way I can continue to do this work and help other people as well. Let's just raise this consciousness together. I love you so much. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello to everyone that chose group number 1. This is your energy healing. Close your eyes. Get into a comfortable position, sitting or lying down. Paying attention to your breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Taking deeper and deeper breaths with every inhale and exhale. Allowing your body to sink deeper and deeper into your seat. Becoming aware of the energy within and around your body. Feeling any places of tension. Maybe you're feeling warm sensations or cool sensations. Maybe it feels like energy is moving around your body, clearing. charging. Allow yourself to become completely aware of your body. Bringing your awareness to the top of your head, the crown chakra, feeling it open and activate, feeling this warm energy moving down your head, your forehead, your temples, the back of your head, going around the circumference of your head, going down your eyes, your nose, your cheeks, your ears, your mouth, going down the jaw, into the neck, going into the throat, going down the front, the back, the sides of the neck, down the collarbones, the shoulders, going into the chest, into the heart space, going down your arms, your forearms, your hands, your fingers. This warm energy is making its way down the center of your body, going into the lungs, the ribs, the solar plexus, into the stomach, going down the back, the mid-back, the lower stomach, into the sacral, into the reproductive organs, into the root chakra, going down the glutes, the thighs, the front, the back, the sides, the knees, the calves, the shins, the ankles, all the way through the feet and the toes and into the earth, feeling completely grounded and connected to above and below. Allow yourself this moment of peace and clarity as you receive energy clearing and divine messages from the spirits, the angels, and the guides that walk with you. Keeping your eyes closed, move your fingers, your toes, your hands, your feet. Stretch your body in any way that you feel necessary. And very lastly, when you feel ready, open your eyes. Give thanks for this moment of healing and connection to the divine. Namaste. Hello to everyone that chose group number 2. We have quite a few astrology cards here for you. Okay. Just have to double check my reference book here. Okay, so we have Capricorn here with use, then we have nourishment, we have reflection, life, healing, sun, growth. Okay, so basically what these cards are telling us is that using nourishment is what's going to help you really get into the place that you want to be in. So making sure that you're eating right, making sure that you're drinking water, that you're meditating, that you're exercising, really coming back to the basics. Sometimes we can get lost in stress and worry, and then we're drinking, we're eating bad. Sometimes we're overworked and stressed, or we're eating fast food, we're eating things that are easy and on the go, or we're ordering Uber or something like that that's just expensive and not that good for you, and it's not really nourishing your bank account. So make sure that you are using your nourishment for your advantage by eating foods that give you energy, that make you feel healthy, that make you feel good in your body, that make you have the motivation and the energy to get up and do whatever it is that you have to do, instead of feeling lethargic or feeling like you're hungover and held back and depressed and you can't get out there and do what it is that you want to do because you had too much fun the night before. So stop nourishing your body in ways that are unhealthy and focus on ways that are healthy. And also doing things like meditation so that you can get into your reflection of life. So that means allowing yourself to come back to center, checking in, see how it is that you're feeling, see what kind of thoughts are coming in your mind, what is it that's making you feel the way that you're feeling in this moment. Is it something that you can change? Is this something about just your limiting beliefs and the kind of stuff that you are like negative talking? Things that you are manifesting just by being like, I mean, this isn't going to work out because it never does. Or I'm not going to get that raise because this, that, and the other. Now, sometimes you could be right about those things, but if you go into it with more of a positive attitude, I should say, or with just like the intention of things getting better, and then with that intention, you either have things shift wherever you are, or you shift into something new. So allowing yourself to sit and receive divinely guided messages from spirit that connect with you, that can give you advice and can give you ideas and inspiration. And then all of a sudden you start thinking positively about that, you start feeling excited about it, and then the opportunities just start to show up at your door out of nowhere. So it's like by taking care of your body and taking care of your mind, you're able to reconnect with the flow of effortless abundance that the universe is just waiting to give you. And during this process, you're going to be doing a lot of healing, which is going to illuminate the growth and the potential that you have in your life. So you're going to be able to see yourself in like a much brighter light now. It's like going from this dark, depressed, nervous, anxious place, not really liking where you are. I really feel like this has to do with work as well. It's like a work-life balance type of situation. So, making sure that you're feeling good in your body and your mind, and then aligning with those opportunities and those thoughts as they come, and not being too hard on yourself during this process either, because we all have our ups and downs where one day we're doing really good, maybe a few days we're doing good, and then we go out with our friends one night and we drink a lot of beer and a lot of pizza, and then we feel like crap, and then we feel like a piece of crap. So in those moments, like, don't be so hard on yourself, because we all do it. We all have our own little thing that we do. So, it's all about learning and just keep trying. Don't let those moments stop you. Don't be like, okay, well, I ruined it on Saturday night, so I guess I should just do a bender on Sunday as well. I feel like I'm talking to somebody who likes to party right now. Or maybe it's just me. I have my moments. But see, that's what I'm saying. It's like we all have our moments. So don't be hard on yourself and allow yourself to grow in this time period. It might be a little difficult. It might be a little hard. But you're going to get through it, especially if you're doing the action steps that it takes that are necessary to help shift you into the alignment that you need to be in. So let's see what other cards we have for you. I'm just going to clear these out so we have more room. Oh, these nails. Okay. Spirit, which one should we go with? Okay, we're going to go with the Lovers Oracle card deck, if I can get it up. That's what she said. No. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Okay, so I'm going to take this two different ways. First, we're going to put this into the business aspect of things, right? Because I felt like this had a lot to do with work, and these are Lovers Oracle cards deck, so I think there also is a Lover's message in here for you, which I will get to in just a moment. But for now, I think that it is important for you to put the dedicated time that you have for work into work, but then disconnecting when it's time for you. So if you're supposed to work 9 to 5, but you're going to stay after because you have a lot of paperwork or whatever it is that you have to do, then no, you have to set this personal boundary for yourself to be like, no, sorry, I'm done at 5. There's nothing else I can do. I have this, that, and the other. Even if you don't, it's like, no, I'm just busy working on me and, filling up my cup and my energy so that I can come back and do the work that it is that you want me to do, because otherwise I'm going to be out of energy, tired, cranky, and not wanting to do this job anymore. So make sure that you are setting your boundaries for yourself and for other people so that they know what it is that you can handle and you know what it is that you can handle. Now, coming into the love situation, I think that is pretty much self-explanatory. It's like maybe you have a connection with somebody, but you're in separation and you don't really want to let go, but at the same time, you aren't really quite ready yet, I guess it kind of feels like. Or like there's just other things going on, or maybe it's just because you're like too busy with work and this whole situation that your mind just like can't really occupy the space for that right now. But at the same time, like, you don't want the connection to die. So it's like, make sure that you are putting in the energy that you want to be able to keep this relationship going, if that's what it is that you want, right? So back to this whole boundary thing and the energy that you're giving to other people, places, and things, make sure that you are consciously separating your time for each one of those categories. So making sure you have a little bit of time for your family, a little time for your friends, your significant other, your work, your personal life, your exercise, your kids, whatever it is that you have like responsibilities to, or you feel connected to, or you feel like there's some sort of energy exchange that needs to be happening between you and these things. So yeah, give each other space, you know, because that's kind of what you need right now, I guess. Possibly, maybe you, maybe the other person. But also stay connected and give the energy that you can give so that you can create what it is that you want to create. Sorry, there's a lot of hand movements because there's a lot of energy for this card reading, especially this portion. It feels kind of heavy, actually. So it might be a little difficult for you. It might be kind of hard to feel this overwhelmment, this weight on your shoulders of all these expectations and responsibilities of other people, and really just wanting to have enough energy and love to give to everyone, but it's like, it feels like it's impossible, and it feels like nothing you do is right, and that no matter how hard you try, people end up getting hurt, and it's a burden that you shouldn't really have to carry. And I'm sorry that you're going through that, and I hope that you can find the love for yourself and forgive yourself for whatever things you feel like you haven't been able to do, and just know that you're aligning with exactly what you're supposed to when you're supposed to. Just make sure that you're taking care of yourself and that you're doing the inner work to be able to get you where you need to be. Whew, okay, that was pretty heavy. Which one's next, Spirit? Okay, so we have magical powers. I weave and clear, I cast, I know, magic secrets to me now show. Safe home, I cast this circle round about. Safety now is beyond doubt. Okay, so I kind of mentioned this in group number 1, but after saying everything I just said and feeling all those emotions, it could kind of feel like you're going through some sort of spiritual awakening, like a leveling up, and this is just part of your ascension process. And when we go through these dark nights of the souls, it feels like everything in our life is kind of crumbling down or shifting or changing, and at the same time we have like this sense and this knowing that things are going to be okay deep down. And when you are honing in on your spiritual practices, like even just taking care of yourself and eating healthy, going out and going on walks, getting in nature, working out, those are all kind of forms of meditation, and they bring you a lot of insight and connection to spirit, and they heighten your senses and they open your third eye more. So all of these things are kind of helping you in your growth. So make sure that you're also looking into spiritual practices. So tapping into your magical powers of manifestation and creation and the law of attraction, and kind of working your own personal magic to create what it is that you want to create for your life. And during this time, we can kind of get some negative energies that are lingering around, and some lower vibrational, some denser stuff that's in our field that needs to be cleared. So make sure that you're clearing your home as well. If you do like sage, Palo Santo, or cleansing, or even getting like some crystals, or even just like having a meditation or a prayer, or an intention or a spell, whatever it is that you want to call it, to protect your home. I do something where I'm like, dear God, please place a golden light of protection around me, around my space, around my home. Protect me from any negative energies. Clear what's been here. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you for the contrast. We bless you. And protect us from anything else that is trying to penetrate our forces. And may we go by the grace of God. That's just something I do, but you do whatever works for you. Just look up other ways to cleanse, protect, sage yourself and your space. And keep learning about spiritual practices. I mean, if you're here now, then you must be interested in a little bit. But yeah. Okay, so what's next, Spirit? Tarot. Okay, we have the Temptation card, but it is in reverse. So that's good. It means that you're overcoming temptations. Temptations can be anything specific to each person. So it could be like alcohol, it could be food, it could be sex, it could be drugs, smoking, whatever it is that your vice is. That temptation, it seems like you are putting it to an end, or at least you're getting control over it. And I think that's been part of your journey. Oh, you know what? I was talking about it earlier. I was saying I was probably talking to a party person. I think I was right. It was the temptations. But it's now in reverse. So you're overcoming this. Don't let that get in your way. Don't be too hard on yourself. Like I was saying before, if you go out and have fun one night, or, you do whatever it is that you want to do. But don't get yourself caught up in it. And keep going on that manifestation superpower of yours, being like, nope, I'm good. I'm not going to give in to this time. I'm going to choose differently. Whatever it is, you're changing that aspect of your life and you're stepping into greater power. We have fresh air, avoid allergens. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me breathe easier in all ways. Dear Archangel Raphael, please assist me in identifying and avoiding allergens that may be toxic to my health and happiness. Help me to only crave healthful foods and beverages. So, I mean, that's just what we were talking about earlier. Just making sure that you're eating healthy, you're drinking water, avoiding drugs, alcohol, smoking, and getting outside, being active. Maybe have some time with your dog or your cat. Spread those angel wings. Allow yourself to kind of feel like a free spirit, being out and about in your natural way of being, without any kind of shifts. So shifts meaning people or substances, thoughts. Like, allow everything to just kind of dissolve and come back to just being you and your body, feeling yourself, feeling healthy, feeling confident, meditating, honing in on your spiritual gifts, really stepping into your power, and use this time of transition to be grateful. Be grateful for the massive changes that are coming to you now and all of the abundance that's coming into your life. Now we have don't let pride get in your way, full moon in Leo, and expect powerful change, new moon in eclipse. So don't let your pride get in the way. So you may be a little bit stubborn when it comes to the way that you want things to go. And you kind of let yourself get carried away with controlling. But it's important for you to remember that you can't control everything, and that eventually you're going to have to let your guard down, or let your walls down, or, stand up for yourself, but do it in a very calm, peaceful way. you know? Like, speak your mind, speak your boundaries, but just don't be a jerk about it. Come from a loving place, really making sure that you're in the proper state of mind before you have these conversations with people, and then you'll expect powerful change. That's a pretty great card, because I think you've already experienced powerful changes happening in your life. Maybe a little bit dark right now, but believe me, there is light all around you, and it is just waiting to come in. So stay strong, and please comment below. Let me know if this resonated with you, and maybe come back to it in like a month and let me know what's up. What kind of changes happened? What kind of stuff did you create? What happened with your life? Because I'm super interested. My hand movements was the energy healing, but I am also doing more after this reading, so stay tuned. But for now, if you would like to book a private reading or a private healing, you can visit my website at www.bellahealingtherapy.com. And you can also visit me on Instagram, YouTube obviously, Vimeo, and TikTok at Bella Healing Therapy. So thank you so much for watching this video, and as always, I love you so, so much. If you could, hit like, comment, subscribe. Just kind of tapping into your energy by connecting through that energetic exchange helps me read the cards more clearly for you, and it kind of helps me to be able to build my business and continue doing this for you more often, if I can speak properly. Okay, so, toodles. Hello to everyone that chose group number 2. This is your energy healing. Close your eyes. Get into a comfortable seated position or lying down, whichever is more comfortable for you. Allowing yourself to be completely present for this moment of healing and receiving. Receiving clearings, receiving energy, receiving clarity, guidance, wisdom. Take some deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing in a little bit more air and exhaling a little bit more air with every breath. Letting this be the deepest breath that you've taken all day. Becoming aware of the sensations within and around your body. Feeling the warmth or maybe coolness coming over you. Scanning your body for any places of tension, discomfort, pain, dis-ease. Allow the energy to make its way there, to heal and clear this energetic blockage. Continuing to breathe deeply. Bringing the awareness to the top of your head, the crown chakra. Feeling energy moving down the front of your head, the temples, the back of the head, going into the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the ears, into the mouth, into the throat, going down the neck, the front, the back, the sides, into the collarbones, the shoulders, down the arms, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the hands, the fingers. Feeling this energy move down the center of your body, into the chest, into the heart, into the shoulders, into the back, going down into the solar plexus, past the ribs, the stomach, the lower stomach, the mid-back, the lower back, into the sacral chakra, the reproductive organs, your glutes, the root chakra, going down your thighs, the front, the back, the sides, going down your knees, your calves, your shins, your ankles, your feet, the arches, all the way into the toes and into the earth, like roots of a tree planting you onto this planet. Feeling connected to above and below. Remaining in this present moment. Allow yourself to receive whatever information comes to you from your angels, your guides, to any other energies working in the highest well-being of all and in unconditional love. Receive. Slowly start to move your fingers, your toes, shaking out your hands, your feet, stretching wherever you need. And lastly, opening your eyes, giving gratitude for this energy that you have received today. Namaste. Hello to everyone that chose group number 3. We have internal change and dream. So internal change and dreams. Okay, so this one came pretty quickly. What we want to focus on is visualization. Really honing in on what it is that we want for ourselves, whether that be money, work, relationships, even just your day-to-day life, what it is that you do with your time and your energy. So I don't know if you've ever heard of Dr. Joe Dispenza, a spiritual scientist guru who knows everything. No, but he really is a genius, and he wrote in his book about mind movies, and I decided to write my own mind movie, record it, and listen to it, like sometimes at nighttime and in the morning, or just at nighttime when I'm falling asleep. But either way, I have made multiple mind movies at this point, and almost everything that I put in my mind movie comes true. Some of the stuff is a little bit further out, so I'm still waiting on it, but I know it's coming, so I'm staying positive. That's part of the process with manifestation, is really knowing and feeling what it feels like to achieve that and believing that it's going to happen. So your internal world is changing by your thoughts and your desires and your plans of action, because instead of having to force your energy towards something, feeling like you have to do something to create it, now you're like, no, actually, instead of going externally, I'm going to come internally first. I'm going to dream about what it is that I want from my life. I'm going to visualize it. I'm going to see it. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to believe it. And then I'm going to achieve it. So that's how you're going to start going about your life. All right. Now, we have our Lovers Oracle card stacks. Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Okay, so wait, don't rush into it, allow nature to take its course. That is what I was talking about earlier with the action steps and pushing forward. Don't come from a place of the ego or the mind and overthinking, trying to control. Allow yourself to come inwards, to have those visualizations, to get everything fixed on the inside, to then wait for the miracles that are about to come to you. So instead of chasing after things, you're going to receive these things. Now, those things can be relationships, they could be jobs, whatever it is, it's coming to you in the way that you want it to come. Actually, no, not in the way that you want it to come. It's going to come in a completely different way than you had originally thought, because right now, or at least prior to this video, you had an idea of something you wanted to do and a plan of action of how you were going to do it, but now you're like, oh, wait a second, maybe I should step back and think about this a little bit more. And allowing yourself that space, that time to kind of step back and come back into yourself, and not to push forward with any kind of changes in your relationship or work just yet. That's going to give you the space to really create what it is that you want and allow yourself to go in the easiest way possible. So instead of dealing with a lot of tension and blockages and resistance from people, places, or things, you're going to allow it to come to you. So don't be so hard on other people, because right now you might still be in that controlling mode where you're doing certain things to try and control the outcome, maybe consciously, maybe unconsciously. There could just be habits or patterns that you've done in relationships before, because you're like, oh, I'm done with this, so I'm gonna start, taking my energy back by like not doing this, that, and the other. Like those little mind games that people play. Like, we all do them, we don't even realize it sometimes. So I think it's those unconscious patterns that are coming to play in your decision making and your action steps. So just come back into the internal world, visualize what you want, set your intentions for everything, set your intentions for that job or that relationship, whatever it is that you want, and allow it to come to you. And go easy on, other people in the meantime. Go easy on yourself too. So we have massage. Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me know that I deserve to receive massages and other self-care treatments. Laughter is the best medicine. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for reminding me to detach and find humor and irony within every human drama. So that kind of reminds me of this card down here, the criticizing one another and unhappiness. Like, I think it's important for you to come back to a space of joy in your life. So allow yourself to have fun, allow yourself to really relish in these moments, even if you're not like completely happy with where your life is at, or you kind of want to switch off into other situations right away. But like, let's just embrace this moment for a little bit. Let's really tune into this experience to get all the benefits that it has to offer. And then we can detach when we're ready, once we feel aligned with the next opportunity. Now, if this is a relationship, then, I would just suggest not being too hard on the person. If you're not really happy in the relationship and you want to get out, like, try to not have any regrets about the way that you are acting, just by really being conscious and coming from love, coming from joy, and trying to make things as like lighthearted as possible. Stuff doesn't have to be so stressful and negative and bitter and angry and fiery. Like, you can disconnect from people peacefully and consciously. In the meantime, if you feel like you're needing some sort of physical touch, if that's your love language, or you feel like you've kind of been maybe deprived from that for a while, so you're maybe looking to have other ways of physical touch that probably aren't the best for your current situation or your current state of mind. So allow yourself to receive this physical touch in another way that's actually more healing and feels more in alignment with where you are right now. Because, massage, it's a professional thing. I'm a certified massage therapist. I've had people come to me for other things. That's not what I do. But I do have a very loving, nurturing touch. And people sometimes go years without having even one person touch them. And it's important just to receive that love from another human being. So allow yourself to go and get a massage, or, get a pedicure, or, whatever it is that you feel aligned with. Then we have a tarot card, the Six of Pentacles. So this is just about really knowing that the wealth is coming to you, that you can receive and you can give help to others. Money is just an energetic exchange. Love is an energetic exchange that you can receive and give in balance. Don't feel like you have to hold yourself back in any kind of way, because when you give, you get more, right? So open the lines of the energetic exchange between you and others in a positive, abundant way, where you know that nothing but love and more abundance is coming to you times 10. Passion. Rise, passion, rise up high, and flame my purpose, reach the sky. So obviously we were just talking about physical touch. That could be passion in a sexual relationship. Maybe that's restoring more passion or embracing yourself in the passion that you currently have with your partner. Or this could also be a passion like a creative project or something that you want to do that brings you that creative inspiration, that spark that makes you light up, that makes you feel good about yourself, that really gets your energy moving and going and excited. You know, really focusing on that sacral chakra too. Show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius, and adjustments are required, third quarter moon. So adjustments are required. That has to do with your internal world. Don't think so much like, uh-oh, adjustments are required, time for me to change. I knew it. Should have done something, gotta do something. Like, no, it's actually internal that you have to adjust. You have to come back into your thoughts in your mind, your visualizations, your intentions, and then your exterior world will start to fall in line with what it is that you envision for yourself. And what it is for yourself is showing the world the real you, being your unapologetic self, expressing yourself in your truest divine nature without any, without any feelings of being held back. You don't have to wait until you move from this situation to be yourself. Maybe that's also part of the reason that, things haven't worked out is because you feel like you've been wearing a mask, or you feel like you've been having to hold back your feelings, your emotions, like how it is that you really want to feel and how it is you want to be in life. You feel like you've been changing yourself, or you've been changed, and you have this feeling like, oh, I gotta find myself again. Then find yourself now, Go in, imagine, visualize, believe, create, and just be that magnetic, attractive, awesome person that you are. So that's all I have for the reading portion, but make sure you stay tuned for your energy healing that is coming next. But for now, if you want to book a private reading, if you want to book a private healing, you can visit my website at www.bellahealingtherapy.com, and you can also visit me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, obviously, Vimeo, all at Bella Healing Therapy. Thank you so much for watching this. If you could, hit like, comment, subscribe. Let's connect our energy so that I can get more precise readings for the people that I'm connecting with, and to just show my business some love so that I can create more content for you on a regular basis. As always, I love you so, so much, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello to everyone that chose group number 3. This is your energy healing. Close your eyes, get into a comfortable seated position or lying down, whichever is more comfortable. Starting to take deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing a little bit more air in and exhaling a little bit more air out. Have this be the deepest breaths that you've taken all day. Coming into a relaxed, present experience. An experience of connection and clarity. Receiving the energy healing that's coming to you now. Become aware of the sensations within your body and around your body. If you feel any movement, any warmth or coolness. Scanning your body for any places of tension, pain, dis-ease, an energy block that needs to be cleared. Imagine this energy going there, healing your body, mind, spirit, and emotions of any toxicity and transmuting it into positive, loving, healing energy. This bright light covers you now. Bring your awareness to the top of your head, the crown chakra. Feel this healing energy going around the circumference of your head, the front, the back, the sides, into the eyes, into the nose, the ears, the cheeks, the mouth, the throat, going down the neck, the front, the back, the sides, going into the traps in the collarbones, into the shoulders, down the arms, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the hands, the fingers. This healing energy makes its way down the center of your body, filling up your chest, your heart, your lungs, filling up your back and shoulders, going down the mid-back, the lower back, going down the stomach, the upper, the lower, going into the sacral chakra, into the sexual reproductive organs, into the root chakra, going down the glutes, the thighs, the front, the back, the sides, going down the knees, the calves, the shins, into the ankles, the feet, and the toes, and into the earth like roots of a tree. This healing energy spreads through thee, feeling connected to above and below. Your spirit and your energy will continue to grow. Allow yourself this moment of receivership, receiving the loving light energy coming to you now, and breathe. Slowly start to move your fingers, your toes, your hands, your feet, shaking everything out, stretching wherever you feel necessary. Whenever you feel called to, slowly open your eyes. Give thanks for this moment of healing and the energy that you've received. Namaste.